This morning I woke up, was just ready to go. I had to get my crack. This is good stuff. You can get it at Target for $10.99 for the 4-pack. Kills your carb cravings. I love it. Okay, I was going through my emails and I came across one I think that's real pivotal to a lot of people, and it's, in my opinion, just my opinion, why it can be harmful to your bottom line if you're in the business and you're teaching about the business. But there's a few things that you have to take into account for this, because the question that I got was, the person's an artist and it was just saying, hey, I'm an artist, and if I teach people, am I going to shoot myself in the foot? And the answer is no, because everyone can't draw. Everyone can't make music. Everyone can't make videos. So essentially, it's they even after you teach them some stuff, they still may need you. Now let's talk about resell. Now, how being a reseller and teaching other people how to be a reseller, how it can hurt you. All right? And the best way to explain this is to let you know what happened to me. And this was many, many, many years ago. I remember when I was first few months on the auction trail, I just saw stuff that blew my mind, because my background, I used to sell contract office furniture. What is that? Whenever you go to someone's office, that's the desk, that's the fixture, that's the lighting. You go to a restaurant, that's the tables, pub tables, bar. All that falls under fittings, fixtures, fittings, and contract office furniture. All that stuff. I used to sell that. And it's very, very expensive, because office furniture is designed for heavy use, heavy wear. So it's built robustly. You can get an old steel case chair or an old Herman Miller chair that could be 10 years old, and it's going to last longer than the chair that you go to Office Depot and buy today, because that chair was designed for continuous heavy duty use. Well, I'm out on the auction trail. Doors go up. I'm looking at wholesale costs, $50,000, $60,000 worth of office furniture. And I am stunned into silence, because I'm just thinking this is about to go nuts. And then the auctioneer is like, hey, does anyone want a piece of the action? It's like, anyone interested? And they're getting ready to close the door and no one bid. And I'm like, $25? Sold. He said that, and the guy said something that just blew my mind once again. It's like, yeah, a lot of people don't really mess with office furniture. I was like, what? So I saw this unit up in Alpharetta, beautiful 2 units full of office furniture. And the thing is, they were not laminated. They were solid wood. They were vintage. Now the deal is, with vintage office furniture, it can be refinished. Just sand that sucker down, put a new coat of stain on it, maybe some lacquer if you want it, and I'm just looking, because I'm just sitting here this day, because I didn't even bid $25. Once I figured out how the game was going, I was bidding $5, and sometimes I was really pimping the hell out of that shit and getting it for free. I just wait. Everyone walks off. I go to the manager. Hey, if you give me 30 days, I'll take care of both those units for you. Handshake, one hand washes the other. I'm getting 10 G's worth of inventory for free, because I have knowledge that everyone else doesn't have. So I got this unit, these 2 units. I call up my boy who owns, he sells resale furniture. He sells office furniture, and I was like, hey, I'm going to need some stuff finished, because I got 30 days, right? I'm going to tell you exactly how I did it. So I came back and got 1 set. Now, what is 1 set? If you ever went into an executive office, that's the big desk. There's this thing in the middle that's called a return, and the thing on the back is called a credenza. Sometimes you'll just have the desk, the credenza, and the thing on top, which is the hutch. Well, this bad boy was totally tricked out. They had left returns where the returns on the left are, and right returns where the returns on the right. So it's this big solid wood bow front desk with a 36-inch return, credenza, and hutch. And the only thing that was wrong with it was a few cosmetic blemishes, maybe a water stain here or there. Most of the damage that happened, and it was not really bad, came from moving, and it was really, really slight. but the color sucked. It was oak. But for the hustler mindset, sand that sucker down and put on a nice cherry stain, it's brand new. So I got this unit for free. I come back and I get one set. Take it to my boy, it's $300. No problem. So I go ahead and have him do what he needs to do, because they sand it down and they put the new finish on it, because he's already geared up for this. So it was $300 at the time. It'll probably be like $600-700 today. And he does it. The thing is looking like gold. Now this is where it goes from good to gooder. He's sending me pictures after, because the thing was so beautiful that they just showcased it. They put it in their warehouse and everybody came in and saw it. And he calls me up and he's like, hey, I have a buyer for your set. And he's like, what kind of deal? I was like, no, you sell it for me, I'm going to give you 5%, because I know how to sell. I had I didn't need anyone to sell stuff for me. And he's like, okay. Because he didn't know I had more sets. I didn't tell him how many sets I had. So he's like, okay, because I was like, dude, I paid you in advance to get $300. Like, what are you trying to do? Why are you trying to fuck me, dude? So he's like, all right, you're right. So he gives me the person who was interested in the desk set. And he's like, I call her up, and once again, I'm a salesperson, right? So we talk, and I ask the right questions. I don't do what the average reseller's like, bam, here it is, buy it. No, I was like, so you need this desk, right? That's a pretty nice set. How many offices are you furnishing? And she said 20. I'm pausing so you can, because if you've been listening to the video, you know that I have more sets, right? And here's this woman who's interested in this set, and she needs more. So we go ahead, make the deal, and I tell her, and I say, well, guess what? I actually have 15 more of those sets, but they need to be finished. And she said, I'll buy them, because I had already given her the price of $1,800, which was a steal. Okay, which was a steal. And I said, look, let's do it like this. Let's just say $2,200 delivered for each set. She didn't bat an eye, and she said they're all going to look like that. I'll tell you what, I'm going to have them all taken over to Marty's place, and you can look at them before they finish them. But I'm telling you, these things are in great condition, and you'll be very happy, and you will love me a long time. And yes, I told this woman in a corporate setting just that: you will love me a long time. She giggled. I knew it was a deal. Long story short, they bought everything. Everything went well. Now, you do the math. It was a lot of money. Okay, so fast forward. I'm doing this for years, right? Buying office furniture, no one knows. One guy from the storage auction trail comes into my warehouse, and he sees the price tag that I have on the desk. But that doesn't impress him. What impresses him is there's a husband and wife there, and they're like, yeah, that's a good price, and we're going to buy it. What does he do? He goes back to the storage auction trail, tells everyone, hey, Glendon is selling office furniture, and all of a sudden, it goes from me getting units for nothing to $5 to I'm paying $1,000, $1,500, and $2,000 for units that I was getting for free. So based on if it was you in that situation, that you had knowledge that made you money, that you earned yourself, that was hard won, are you going to go ahead and give that knowledge away to people and lower your potential future income? I put it to you, I submit this to you. You're the jury. If you're in the jury box, and this case is presented to you, would you go, hey, no, we're going to tell everybody? Or would you go, hell no, we're not telling anybody? Because one of the things is there are certain business models and things that you can tell people about. You can be, because this is me. I don't think you can do both well. I think you can be in the business, and I think you can help people find new technologies. I think you can help, being in the business and me telling you about Square. That doesn't hurt me one way or another. Being in the business and me telling you about a brand new website that could help your business, that doesn't hurt me. But me being in the business and giving you my exact trade secrets, and I understand, I didn't give these guys my secrets, and it cut my office furniture income 75%. because everyone started getting into it, everyone started buying it, and even if they couldn't sell it, they just knew that there was the potential to make X amount of dollars, so they went high on the bids. And then when they found out about the phone systems, it didn't even matter. It's like, hey, there could be a phone system in there. 1,500, 2,000. It was over. It was totally over. And I was just sitting there, thank God that I continued to push other aspects of the business, or it would have been horrible, because I ain't gonna lie, I was caking it. I was caking it. But see, this is what happens, because once again, you're the jury. I just want you to understand. I'm not, telling you my opinion. I'm presenting my case. If you know for a fact, not hyperbole, not whatever, that by giving certain information away that it's going to hurt your income, would you do it? Yes or no? Tell me. I'm putting in the comments. Would you do it? Because there is this whole thing of, and this goes way back. This goes really, really way back, because I was reading an article from this young internet marketer, and it's amazing how people who are on that path of success think alike and come to the same conclusions. Because I was just reading this last night, and I was just like, oh my God. Because there is this notion by those who haven't educated themselves, haven't read books, haven't put in the time, that people that did those things should give their hard-earned education, knowledge to people for free. Now let's go back to the Tea Party and Republicans. They would call this entitlement mentality. And I actually agree with them, because that's what it is. Because I really want you to think about it. If I came into your house and said, look, I was a bum. You're a squirrel and I'm a squirrel, right? I come to your tree and I'm like, hey man, I need some nuts. And you're like, when you were playing and chasing those fat-tailed squirrels this summer, I was putting nuts up in this tree. In fact, you hungry? That's not my problem. But because you feel sorry for me, you throw me 2 nuts. And I'm like, thanks. Then the next day, I'm knocking on the trunk of your tree because I want some more. Because I have learned that if I don't do what I need to do, and if I beg or threaten or intimidate that I'm going to get what I want, I'm going to keep doing it, because that's human nature. So essentially, to my people in the hustler mindset, you really have to break down what you're doing, why you're doing it, because this is my thing, and I've put in videos before. If you want to go out and help people, every city has a soup kitchen. Every city has charities and organizations. I've gone out and I've done things for Tool Bank. I've taken people I didn't know for lunch. It's a small thing. I didn't save the world. I didn't change their life. But I've taken a homeless person to lunch. So all this stuff about, if you're just going to go out and help people, if you're not helping people in your community and you haven't done these altruistic things of yourself, you are really just a sack of shit. Really, because the thing is, it's like, we need to help the community. And a lot of people who scream this don't actually help anyone. Nobody. Because the thing is, and this is going into the rant, because I'm pissed. I'm pissed off, because when I remember how much money I was making, and all it took was one person to disseminate some information into the storage auction grapevine, within 6 months, that business model was no longer effective for us. 6 freaking months. And check this out. Many of the people who were buying the furniture didn't know how to sell it. They just knew it had intrinsic value, but they didn't know how to sell it. Because the thing is, you can't sell everything in the same channel. You cannot sell a $70,000 Ferrari at a flea market. There are certain items that you get at storage auctions or picking that must go to the proper auction to get the proper buyer. You can't just do everything. I'm telling you this from experience. So essentially, if you are looking to share your knowledge, and this is another thing, and this is more of the rant. I'm just getting into the rant. Definitely the rant. Just share. I'm going to give a shout out to Terminal 99. Will has put out so much stuff over the years that will make people money, and I'm amazed at how many folks don't give this guy props and credit. He don't ask for anything, he just puts it out. You watch the videos, you will learn. There's another cat, the Silver Futurist. Check him out with the silver thing. Dude's all over it. Another cat, Street Money 21. There's a whole bunch of people on YouTube who are putting out information, and it's just there. And the thing is, it's a choice. But I want you to think, if anyone comes to your trunk, your tree trunk, and is knocking for your nuts, and you know that they haven't put in the work that you have, what would you do for that person? Be honest. I want to see some honesty in these comments. I want to see the truth. I want to see nothing but the truth, because I'm going to challenge you. Because see, this is the cool thing about this video. Because if you're saying you're doing this, I want you to take a camera when you go into that homeless person, or when you're going to feed that homeless person, or when you're going to some charity event. I want you to take a camera and film that, since that's what you're doing. And I guarantee you, I'm going to see very few response videos in that level, because most people that are talking all of that shit are not doing shit. Yeah, I'm that guy. I said that. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. But back on point. If you had knowledge that made you money, would you give it away for free? Because I'll tell you, if I was still in the business, my channel wouldn't exist. Nope. For me, my opinion, there's no way that I could do both. Just me. That's my limitation. Call it what you want. There's no way in hell I would do both, because I have given out so much information on this channel. Recently, I had a guy that just put out, just from the how to find gold at garage sales. Last year, he made 14 grand from that information. So it's out there. But please, comment, like, subscribe, and share. And also leave a smart ass remark.